Don Cheese. Don Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys, welcome back to These Things Happen. I'm your host Lex. To my right, I have Nile Stiley, aka the Mole, aka the Friend Zone Breaker. Adrian is facing several allegations for excessive horniness.
Yes, he's been in several Instagram DMs of various ages,
Yeah.
everyone above age, I think.
Yeah.
You know, asking about feet, asking about butt stuff, nipple play, a little bit of armpit action. I've seen those messages as well.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, so he's got a lot on his plate at the moment, and hopefully he can beat these charges.
I hope so, and he will be back with us shortly. Why don't you share the class? Anything interesting happened this past week? Any upcoming exciting plans you have?
I'm going on vacation starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So this past week has been like a little slow for me. I've been working a lot. I had to work all the shitty shifts because I'm going to be off for like 5 days. I'm just doing a little road trip to a couple baseball stadiums, Boston, Cincinnati,
Oh, I didn't know you were doing
Pittsburgh, New
baseball
York.
stadiums too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then going to see the Pro Football Hall of Fame as well. So just like
Sports.
exactly like a boring guy's like sports trip by myself though. And then I'm coming back though for Memorial Day Sunday into Monday at Dewey Beach.
Oh.
So I am going to get a little lit and have a little fun
that
because I
sounds
turned
fun.
30 on Monday.
Wait, you do?
Yes.
No.
Lex is not a good friend. She didn't even know my birthday. That's crazy.
I didn't know that. No,
That's
you never
messed
told me
up.
your birthday.
That's messed up.
Wait, no, I didn't know it. We should throw a party.
We are at the beach.
didn't
You'll probably be
invite-
working.
You
But
didn't even invite me. That's crazy.
hey, I thought you're right. No, I think I did say something to you.
No,
I
you
was like,
didn't.
"Are you working Memorial Day weekend or something?"
No, you didn't.
I feel like
No,
I
you
did
didn't.
mention it. Oh,
I don't-
all right.
whatever.
I'll have to go in the messages and check.
Let's just move on. I'm upset.
Oh,
It's actually kind of scary how good things are for me right now. I just got hired at literally my dream bar in Philly, so stay tuned for more updates. Me and House MD are still doing really good.
and before you guys ask, she is the janitor at this dream bar. She's not a bartender.
Yeah, they got scrubbing floors with a toothbrush. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
No, I will be bartending on the waterfront. Stay tuned for more details. Me and House MD are still doing good. Hung out twice last week. We went to the movies, and he took me to dinner and bingo.
Nice. What'd you see at the movies?
Sinners.
How'd you like it?
It was good. Yeah,
Nice,
yeah. It was
nice.
kind of scary. I don't like scary stuff, but it was.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't that scary, but it was a good horror movie. But
I don't like
wasn't
anything
scared.
that makes me jump,
Oh,
and I made
okay.
that. It'll make you jump a little bit.
A little bit.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, House MD is good. I'm getting my titties done, which I've always wanted to do. I booked the appointment for October, and I'm just so excited. Yeah.
Is it a real doctor, or is it just some shit you found on like Instagram?
No, it's the same. Not the same doctor, but the same office that did my lipo.
Okay, all right.
So I trust them.
Everything's official on the up and up.
Yes. So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when I left Tap House, I felt like I wouldn't say like my world was ending, but I was really sad and didn't know what was next. And it took all winter, but now I feel like things are finally falling into place.
You rebounded really nicely. In fact, you upgraded.
Oh, no,
In many
for sure.
ways.
A
Yeah.
1,000% upgraded. And I knew I was. I just didn't know when, and that was the scary part.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you need that little fall to
Yeah.
climb back up.
That could be a good episode too. But today I want to talk about some other things. We're going to dive into House MD a little more and just what will happen in the future. So as we all know by now, I grew up fugly. I've really never had like a real boyfriend. I've just been hooking up now at this point. I even obviously as a child and even in my hooking up phase I had this past year, I've like never received romantic attention. I feel like studies should be done on women who have never received romantic attention compared to women that have received it their whole entire lives. And I feel like now I'm just overthinking everything. Like, I wish you guys could see me in Adrian and Nile's group chat because I'm literally texting them everything I say. Guys, House MD did this. What does this mean? Or I'm doing this. What is is he mad at me? Is he gonna? Everything I feel like I'm moving with caution, and we have like a good like I don't know how like vibe rapport. We have
Mm-hmm.
like a good thing going, but I feel like he hasn't even like really seen like my funny goofy side. I feel like I'm kind of scared to show it to him because what if he might not like it? I don't know. I'm just
Um.
overthinking everything.
Yeah. You bring up some good points. You say like you grew up fugly or whatever, so you didn't really receive romantic attention. I grew up fugly too. I'm a late bloomer, and I have only ever had one girlfriend. So like
Yeah.
we're kind of in similar boats. I've dated a lot more than you, but like
Yeah.
kind of similar boats. And I do feel like it's hard to navigate sometimes when you find somebody and you're like, oh, this could go somewhere, and you're like, well, how much how much do I show of myself? How much do I like?
Yeah.
Yeah, how much do I open up? Because like
Yeah.
I have close like friendships with women and stuff, and so like I've opened up a lot with them, and they know a lot about me. But then when I'm like dating or getting to know someone, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
do they really need to know all of the stupid shit that goes through my head, all of the fucking behaviors and quirks and all that stuff that I have?
Yeah.
I would say though, like maybe you've been seeing them for what, 2 months?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say maybe give it a little bit, a couple more weeks, or see if y'all hang out a little bit more consistently. And I know your schedule's kind of fucked, but
Yeah.
yeah, see if you hang out a little bit more consistently, and as you get more comfortable with him, then you can kind of just show that side. And I'm not saying to like not show that side, but just like
Yeah.
to make yourself feel safer.
I feel like I just feel like timid around him because
Yeah.
he's just so smooth and cool,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, like
Well, maybe he might want you to open up a little bit more.
I know.
I thought you meant like maybe you both are kind of like, yeah.
No, I think it's just me because I've like full disclosure, and I've never made it this far with someone.
Yeah.
Like it's weird, so I just am so lost. That's why I text you and Adrian every day because I just don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I got this far, and I don't want it to stop. Like I don't even know if I see this man being like my boyfriend, but I'm having fun. I don't want it to stop, but I do want it to progress. And I just don't know, like, what else. I just don't know.
So you feel like he's fully like authentic and like he's comfortable around you?
I would say so. I think we're at a point now. We are at a point now where whenever I do come over, I'm in my bonnet.
Mm-hmm.
We are at that point.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, but okay. So you're comfortable in another way then, which I feel like
He's the one who told me I can start bringing it.
I know, but like if you're comfortable in that way, you might as well open up personality wise.
I know. I feel like I don't know. I also feel like I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I don't even know if I'm like if he gives me like an opportunity to do it. Like I feel like we're not doing too much where I can like show like how funny I am. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, cause I'm not like tell jokes funny. I'm just like a naturally funny, bubbly person.
Mm-hmm.
I think he probably seen some of the bubbliness, but none of the funniness. I don't know. He is coming. He wants to come. A bunch of us are going to Sean Paul. If anyone wants to come with us, you're invited. He is coming. So I feel like maybe he would see that side of me.
Well, there. You know what, too? This is a good sign. And some people will disagree with this because, like, some people are not genuine. And, when you're talking to someone or dating someone and you make plans with them, some people just go along with it, even if they see no sort of future, just because they're non-confrontational or they're afraid or like,
That's what I feel like he could be.
I don't see that though. If you're saying he's genuine around you, there's been no sort of like flakiness or anything like that. Yeah. If he's agreeing to like go to a concert that's like 2 months from now, that's a good sign. That means he sees at least some sort of way that you guys will still be talking or hanging out or even progressing a couple months from now.
I think about that, but I also think about what you said. Because I don't know, sometimes low-key he reminds me of Adrian.
That's just because you say he's smooth, though.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, so look, to Adrian's credit, though, if some chick says they want to do some shit a couple months from now and Adrian actually agrees to it, which is hard to get him to do, he's a party pooper.
Yeah.
If it ain't something that he wants to do or something that he planned, he doesn't want to do it. Mm-hmm. If he agrees to something like that, he'll do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So like at the worst case scenario, if you think this guy might be, maybe playing around a little bit or, maybe he's not fully into it or something, if he agreed, I'm sure he probably at least will still do it. Especially this is something that's like a ticketed event. Y'all have to buy tickets ahead of time. Yeah. It's not just like, hey, meet me at the bar next week or something like that.
I bought them.
Okay.
Because he bought, he took me to Kendrick and SZA. I don't know if I said the exact show in our last episode, but he took me to Kendrick and SZA, and he got us floor seats. And I'm sure those
Cinco
were,
de Mayo, right?
yeah.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah, I
sure,
was in there with sombreros
yeah, and
and
bought
shit.
us like drinks and drinks and drinks after, and I know that was not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's like I can do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. You're like, I can buy the little $30 ticket.
Yeah, they're 40 actually.
Girl boss. Jeez.
Another thing I am worried to talk to him about, and honestly, like any future boy, I don't know if like you've seen like there's been like apparently there's like a huge HIV outbreak right now in Pennsylvania and in Texas. And I'm also, there's this Facebook group called Phila Queens. Shout out to you if you're in it. It's just like a big women's Facebook group for like people in like Delaware women are in it. Philly people all over Pennsylvania are in it. South Jersey women are in it, and like the people buy, they sell, they trade, they like ask for help. It's such an amazing Facebook group to be a part of. And a number of women are posting about how like they're coming across people who are HIV positive. One woman specifically literally posted about how someone gave her genital herpes intentionally. Like
Jesus
like
Christ.
it's such a, for it to be a big group, it is a safe space.
Yeah.
And people really help each other in this Facebook group. And it just made me paranoid now because me and House MD have been blanking a lot without protection. I'm not on birth control. I'm really playing with fire, y'all. He's not shooting the club up though.
Everybody's been in these situations. I shouldn't laugh too much.
And even though I was like,
did you tell him you're not on birth control?
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, okay,
he
all
knows.
right.
He knows. Because I think one
so
night,
he's cool with it too.
One night he was about to, and he was like, "Are you on birth control?" I was like, "No." So, oh my God, where was I going with this? Yeah. It's just like a scary time, and you know, when I was like doing my thing for the past few months, I was always being safe. I was being crazy, but I was being safe. And now, literally, he's the only one I've been blanking. Ideally, I would love to be I want a roster of 2 people. I'm not greedy. I'm not like Adrian. I want a roster of 2 people. Yeah. House MD has one spot. I am looking for another one. And if I were to have any new partner right now, I would 1,000% use protection until we get to that point, like maybe like me and House MD. So and he may have other partners because we're going to go into a story that I'll talk about shortly. I just don't know how I can be like, hey, like, are you like with your other partners? Like, are you being safe? And I imagine he is. I just don't know because like I think about what if those girls aren't being safe?
Yeah, correct.
We're all fucked.
Correct.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
So how do I be like, hey, like, are you using protection with these other girls? I would feel comfortable if you are, because we also spend a lot of time together.
Yeah, I feel like it's in everyone's head. It's a tough conversation to talk to someone about because, like, in your head, you're admitting, like, when you go over the conversation and practice it or whatever, you're admitting to this person that you might be seeing other people, and you're accusing them of seeing other people, and like you never know how the other person's gonna be like, no, I'm not doing anything with anyone, or you know, or you're kind of telling on yourself like, oh, maybe you are seeing other people as well. So it's always a weird sort of like thing to think about. But when you actually sit down and have that conversation, it's one of the easiest things ever. Okay. I've had that conversation with many people. Many people have had that conversation with me. Hey, if you're seeing other people, I just want you to like be safe with them. Yeah. If we're gonna have unprotected sex, if it's someone that I'm not at the level where we're having unprotected sex, then most of the time they might not even say anything about that. But like, if you're raw with someone and they ask or they like, it just comes up and it's really not that big of a deal. I feel like from the guy perspective, sometimes it might be easier to say like, all right, well then maybe we should scale back, or maybe we should just have protected sex, because like you said, sometimes the women are the ones who aren't being safe, and like you might come across a woman who wants to hook up with you or whatever, and a condom question never comes up. She never mentions it. She wants to, you know, whatever, just have it however it is. Yeah. I've met women who are like, I prefer it without the condom. It doesn't feel as good or whatever. Yeah. Or, you know, sometimes some shit happens. You're out, y'all having drinks at the bar and shit. Yeah. It's a one night stand sort of thing or whatever. There is something to be said to like being a little bit safer, you know, not having sex with like a bunch of strangers
Yeah.
or people you don't really know. Someone you're, might be friends with or you've talked to a little bit or something like that. Obviously, anyone can contract an STD. It doesn't matter how safe they are or how like friendly they are.
Yeah.
But there is something to be said about being like, you know, thinking about what you're doing and not just being as like wild as possible.
So my next question. Okay, yeah, no, these are very good points. My next question is not to put Adrian on the spot because he's not here to defend himself. But when I asked this to you guys in the group chat, Adrian said he probably would lie about it.
Yeah.
Why would a guy lie about that? Why are we playing with like our health?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of dudes. I don't know if he was saying that necessarily. I don't remember his message that he would lie about not having unprotected sex with other people as much as just saying I'm not having sex with other people in general.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the guy go to when you're seeing a girl and maybe you wanted to go somewhere or like you don't want her to get concerned or turn her off a little bit.
Yeah.
And she asked something like that. Hey, we're friends with benefits, but like we're both single. I'm sure you're seeing other people. It's easy for you to just go, no, I'm not doing shit. I'm not. And you might not actually be, but like if something comes across your plate, you
Maybe
might
that's
smack
how
it
I
down.
open it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you might not actively be seeing other people or you might not even really be thinking about it right now, but
No.
you might be satisfied.
Okay.
So it's easy for you to just go like, no, I'm not seeing anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't know I feel like, cause if you're lying about unprotected sex and you do end up giving someone something else, that can open up a whole can of worms, not just like embarrassment or like, a tough conversation. You could, if you give them something like permanent, you could face like criminal charges and shit. So like, I feel like a lot of people now have kind of got it through their thick ass heads.
I really hope so.
Yeah, that if someone says that to you, someone brings that up. Now, if there's nothing ever said, okay, there's a little gray area. But if someone says that to you and you're still gonna lie about having unprotected sex with other people, you're kind of playing with fire. But I do think that like guys might just lie in general and be like, I'm not fucking anyone else, and maybe you want to, or maybe you're thinking about it, but like at the time, you're not fucking anyone else.
So this is a great segue into what my next question would be. Well, not even a question, but to the story time I had for everyone. If he were to say, I'm not fucking other people, I would just know for a fact he'd be lying, because when we hung out last week, oh my God, listen, students. When we hung out last week, had a great time. We literally got a pizza. He took me to bingo. We were in sweatpants. It was super cute. He took me home, took me back to his house. We watched some TV, and then we went to his bedroom. In the corner, and his room is pitch black at night. I can't see shit. He won't turn the lights on. From the corner of my eye, when we went to his bedroom, I saw a pair of fuzzy slippers. And I didn't pay no mind to it. I was like, whatever, not my business. Fuzzy slippers didn't get floor seats to Kendrick. Fuzzy slippers isn't here right now.
Exactly.
And then we did our thing, went to bed. When I woke up, I noticed they were gone. So I felt like he hid them because he didn't want me to see them.
I mean, listen, I can't speak for House MD, but I will say, I've been in a similar situation before where I actually had some girl that I was like seeing, not dating, not a girlfriend or whatever, but like seeing her consistently just kind of like cut me off. Not ghost, but like just, oh, this isn't working out, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, never gave a reason or anything. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, we were chilling.
Yeah.
And I noticed that there were a pair of earrings, like women's earrings, that were in my bathroom that no one had been over. I hadn't had anyone over my house in like months.
Okay.
But these earrings came up. Maybe I was fucking cleaning, sweeping. I don't fucking know. Okay. I forget how they got there. I didn't even think about it because like I live alone. No one else is there. So like I'll clean some shit, maybe put something down and then go about my business. And I noticed them in the like bathroom in like a visible area. And I wanted to be like, fuck, I wonder like, does she see these and like think that like, I got some other bitch who just came over last week or something like that, whatever. We never got to have that conversation or anything. But like, I will say, as a guy, having women over, being single, being a bachelor, whatever, women be leaving shit. I don't know if guys do that because guys don't really carry.
They don't carry shit.
They don't really carry shit. Like, you know, you got your fucking underwear and your shoes, and you ain't leaving those. You're not leaving your wallet, and if you do, you get it the next day. But women be leaving shit. Earrings will fall out. Fucking bracelets will, you know, fucking women will leave underwear. They might not even put their shit back on when they leave to go home. They might go, oh, those are dirty, like, and just leave them or something. So, like, shit can pop up sometimes that it was under your bed, you were cleaning out, and you said, oh, wait a minute, what the fuck? And you just pull them out. You forget that your actual girl's coming over in a little bit, and now the shit's sitting out. You wake up in the morning, and you go, what? Those were out last night.
That is a really, okay, you know what? That's okay.
I'm not saying that that's what happened.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
making
that's an option.
Yeah, I'm not trying to gaslight, but that has happened. That has legitimately happened to me before while I'm like innocent. I am innocent, but the evidence does not maybe look that way. So I don't know. I don't know what this guy's up to, but
who knows? It's also crazy to think about. You know, we always touch on like really how far I've come. I feel like, you know, there's no way I would be emotionally mature enough to handle this situationship that I'm in a year ago. Because had I saw those, I probably would have freaked out.
You would have crashed out.
I probably would have cried.
You would have you would have crashed out, cried, put it in your baddies group chat, and they all would have been like, "Fuck him, he's a fucking piece of shit." Blah, 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 blah. Now you're at the point where you're like, honestly, it don't really matter as long as he's being safe. You know, it is. I got the floor seats.
Yeah, I got the floor seats.
I got the floor seats. He cool, we cool, everything's good.
Yeah. I also, this is another thing. Like, I really hope women who, like, you have your baddie friend groups now. I feel like this has got to be something I bring Adrian in for. But honestly, I feel like those groups do more harm than good most of the time now, which is crazy for me to say.
You got to recognize and be realistic about your friends. This goes for guys too. But like some of your friends are haters. It is what it is. I'm not saying that anything's wrong with that, but like some of your friends are haters. You got to take what they say with a grain of salt. Adrian is one of my hater friends. I don't always listen to his advice because sometimes he's just fucking hating. And like sometimes your female friends might be upset about some other shit, or like maybe they've been with 5 cheaters in a row. So when you talk about some shit, they on go.
They're automatically like, fuck him.
Yep. Or it's your girlfriend who's been single forever, or like always is playing dudes, and she got 8 different boyfriends at the same time. So she wants you to be on her type time. So when something going wrong in your relationship, she like, oh, come to the club. Fuck him. Yeah. Come to the club with me. Let's get it popping. I know how to have a good time. And she do know how to have a good time. But like, don't let that influence what's going on in your life sometimes.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Sometimes you get to bounce ideas off of them and you go, all right, I don't want to go to their level of response, but I'll go 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're giving me ideas, but I'll lower it to my standards.
Yeah. Okay, this is good. Well, I guess I'll just keep seeing what happens and how this progresses.
Have that conversation about the healthy sex though.
Yeah,
for sure. That's an easy one.
We have to do that.
Yeah.
I want to play a game.
Spin the bottle.
You want to?
Where the cat's at? Yeah.
I want to create a new segment called "Does It Count?" where I'm going to share some of the questionable times I've had sex, and I want to get Nile's input on does it count or not.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Does it get, or what are you trying to reduce your body count? You trying to do math?
Yeah.
So math.
I have a list, right? I have this list just to help me keep track of everyone I have like hooked up with since college sugar daddy. And it's people, like I've blanked people any type of hooking up. It's just down a list to help me, because literally I will forget about these men. Had I not written these down, they would already be forgotten about.
For sure.
Anyway, yeah. So there was this one guy. It was like a quick Tinder thing. I came to his house, and when I got there, he could not get it up. And I'm pretty sure he did steroids. And when he did get it up, well, he didn't have a condom. I had one. And his penis was so small, quite literally the size of my thumb. I'm not exaggerating. And he doesn't even look like he'd have like a thumb penis, because he's like a big white guy. He clearly works out, but clearly
that is exactly who has the thumb penises. That is exactly, that's what they look like.
Yeah. Anyway, we're on his bed. He puts on the condom, and when he goes in, I literally only feel the rubber of the condom. I'm not kidding. That doesn't count, right?
So he was inside you?
The rubber of the condom was.
It counts. What do you mean the rubber? The rubber of the condom.
That's all I could feel.
He didn't put a flat part of the condom into you and then fuck you like that.
That's all I felt.
Yeah, maybe because he was soft.
It counts? I don't think it counts.
How much do you routinely feel when someone's fucking you with a condom? Like, you know something's in you, but, like, you don't feel the skin.
I think, well, before House MD, it's all I ever did was condoms. And I enjoy it. I understand the difference now for sure, but I would still use a condom. Like, people are crazy for not wanting to use them.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a difference to me.
Okay.
Maybe to the guy, but not to me.
Yeah, to the guy for sure.
Yeah.
Don't feel shit. But yeah, no, that counts. He still, did he finish? No, he pulled out because he was like, my shit ain't working.
I just left. I was like, I'm gonna.
So he was like, stop. Like, how many strokes? Yeah, I need more details. All right.
He might have stroked for maybe like under a minute. I just wasn't feeling anything.
I would say it counts maybe as half because that's not something that he would probably claim. Like, he wouldn't tell his friend, oh, I fucked that girl. He would probably be like, we fooled around a little bit or something. So I don't know if I would count that as a full body.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't count it as a full body.
Literally, he's a question mark.
Yeah, question mark. That's a good description because the intent was there. Y'all both tried, but it didn't really happen. So, yeah, it's like a question mark.
Okay. So the next one was this guy right before I found House MD. He's Spanish. He's older. We met on Hinge. He came over. And he also couldn't get it up. And he had to put on porn to get it up. And when he did get it up, he didn't even know how to put a condom on. Mind you, I think this man was like 41.
You didn't know how or was faking?
I don't think he knew how to put it on now.
That's crazy.
I know. No, I don't think he was faking it.
That's crazy.
And
what's your strategy when you know you're about to have sex with someone and you're back at their house, things are getting heavy or whatever? Do you wait till y'all are both naked, sex is about to start, and then you're like, can you put on a condom? Or do you say something beforehand like, I need you to wear a condom?
Ooh, I think it kind of depends on where we are. I think we'll start kissing. I'll start kissing someone. Clothes don't necessarily come off, but I'll be like, do you have a condom? Or I have a condom.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Nice.
Yeah.
Ladies,
as soon as we start kissing.
Do not wait until clothes are off, dick is already hard, shit's about to happen, and then be like, condom. The vibe, you just killed the vibe.
Really?
Yes, the mood is killed.
Yeah,
now, you'll probably get your shit back up at a certain point, but like, the vibe is killed. It is messed up. It's kind of like a reset, like a time waste reset, and now you got to go back to all the shit.
Yeah. Oof.
All right, but no, okay, you go about it the right way, so that's not part of the issue.
At least I'm doing something right. That's good. But no, yeah, this guy, like, he was weird. Yeah, didn't know how to use a condom. He asked me to put it on for him. I put it on for him.
Okay, that's fine. Sometimes that helps you stay up anyway.
He couldn't get it up. He had to watch porn. I'm pretty sure he had like a porn addiction. And then when he finally did get it up, I'm not exaggerating. He lasted for like literally 10 seconds.
That counts.
I don't know if it does.
Listen, premature ejaculation is very embarrassing, and I thought it was partially a myth for the longest time until I heard a lot of stories from female friends, but that still counts.
He should be embarrassed. I didn't talk to him after.
Of course not. Good job. Look at you. Stronger than some women who are more experienced.
Yeah.
They will go back and back to the guy who's terrible in bed and be like, he sucks so bad. Stop fucking him.
Yeah. No. I guess we can start wrapping up now.
Were those your only two?
No, I mean, there are more, but I want to make this a series.
Okay.
And I'm not having a lot of sex right now other than House MD, so I want to save the rest for next time.
All right.
It'll be a segment.
Yeah.
Do Do you want to say? Do you want to close us out? I don't think you ever close us out.
I know, right? I never really have too much to say. Thank y'all for joining
on.
us. We love doing this podcast. I don't know if Adrian will be free from Instagram jail
I
anytime
really
soon.
hope so.
Or real life jail if that's
I think he's back. I think he's back the week I come back from Bonnaroo.
Okay. All right. He's back home. They letting my boy out.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Solidarity, Black Power.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda, they do this. She ain't even a good nerd. That's fucked up. That's not cool.
Bye, guys.